Say hello to the dogs. That's Tango. That's Rooster.
Oh, you got a stick. Look at his little stick.
Oh, you got a... That's a big stick, Rooster. That's a big old stick.
I'm just gonna come say hello to you.
Hi, how's it going? Hi, how's it going? You want that stick? Can I have the stick? Can I have the stick?
No.
Hey, I want your cigar. You smoker? That's bad for you. All right, guys. Welcome back to another one of our videos here at Cash Family Homestead. Today's project, I got an upgrade for the Grasshopper. So this is a PowerChute from PowerChuteDesign. Here you got the automatic motor or whatever to raise and lower this flap. Got your wiring harness, nuts, bolts, washers, zip ties for the wiring harness to tuck it away. I've had this mower for like 4.5 years. The first plastic chute lasted about 3.5 years or so, maybe a little less, and then it completely ripped from this edge, I mean almost all the way over. It was just dangling. That one lasted a while. This one lasted about half a season, and it's already coming apart there and junk. And I ended up drilling a hole through the top of it there. I've got my adjustable bungee that goes one side to the other. Definitely seen better days. It's all stretched out. It works, but I get tired of, you know, whenever you have really wet grass and you're mowing like clients' yards and stuff, you got to mow 3 or 4 swipes away from the house, so you're not blowing grass clumps and stuff all over their house, and then you got to go through. And I mean, sometimes you can use a leaf blower and blow it off. Sometimes that don't work, but we're gonna try to get that installed today. And for you guys, it'll be all in one video. For me, it might be a few days because I only have a little bit of time every morning before I got to go to work, so I can do this. Yeah, I just so happened to turn around and well, here's the other chute I was talking about. You can see that's pretty bad. I'm surprised I still have it out here, but it was chewed all the heck on the edge, and that is just junk. That one probably doesn't have too much longer, and it'll be the same way. All right, first thing we have to do here is we're going to unscrew this mount, or this I guess lock screw, or whatever you want to call this. Sorry about the dogs in the background, never shut up. All right, that's done. Then we can go ahead and, whoa, she's a little tight. Should be able to pull that right out. Swing that over. Should be able to pop that right out. There's a little pin, goes right into that hole right there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use this old putty knife real quick. All right, it looks like for mine here, I'm gonna have to try to flip this motor towards me. I do have like a 52 or 54 inch deck. I don't remember exactly which one it is. It's one of the smaller decks. But sitting on the edge how I want it, it won't go all the way down like it needs to. And this pulley cover is in the way and won't allow it to sit down. So I'm gonna, I guess, attempt to flop that over, switch that over. All right, we'll see how this goes. Yep, just let everything fall off. There we go. And that's the highest point I guess I can get it, like straight up and down. But that should work like that. Now what to say, before you mount or drill holes or anything, get it lined up how you wanted. Try to get it about as flat as you can. Then you're going to want to drill through this plate here, and then also drill through your deck as well. So actually what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and take this motor back off, and that way I can just have the plate and not have anything in my way. Alright, you want to kind of match up the size of your bolt with your bit. It looks like the closest I'm going to get is a 5/16 for this drill bit. But you don't have to get it lined up right away with your drill holes, I guess. Alright, now I'm going to go grab some type of lubricant real quick. All I really got at the moment is some WD-40. So that's what I'm going to use. Alright, looks like I'm pretty much through there. Yeah. Oh, here comes the wife.
Huh?
Alright, I got the drills hold for that. Now I'm going to work on the one for my deck, and hopefully it don't take too long. Alright, that's done. I'm going to get this stuff cleaned up and see if I can get it bolted on. Got my shop towel. Go ahead and wipe this metal off of here. These shavings. Same with this bracket here. Alright, what you're going to want to do, obviously get your plate on, whatever, and you're actually going to put the head of the bolt underneath. Oh, crap. Okay, real quick, I had a little bit of a mishap, and I'm going to kind of show you guys what not to do. So I have got my 2 holes drilled in my deck, which, I mean, bolts fit right through, but underneath, that's all I got. There is, I don't know what this guard here that comes up from on the chute side, kind of in the middle of the deck there, but I got another bolt in the way right there, and is not allowing me to go up all the way. And I've never heard anything bad about if you remove those or not. Like, I haven't heard anything about that, never tried. So now I put my bracket up there and adjusted it farther forward, so now I'm gonna have to drill 2 more holes in my deck. So don't do what I did. All right, I got this mounted on. It's not gonna be as like straight up and down as what I was hoping, but it's still probably a little bit more clearance than what I would have had with the regular chute on there, regular plastic chute. So I guess I'll probably be back out here tomorrow as of April 10th. Hopefully the weather's good enough, and I will try to do more and hopefully get it all wired up. All right, it is the next day, for me, not for you. And then that's where I last left off. Got that bolted on, just went ahead and tightened it up a little bit more. Now I'm going to work on taking these fenders off, which there's that bolt there. There was one here. I went ahead and pulled it out because it was almost out anyways. And then, oh, well, that's missing one right there. And then same with the other side, which that control side is where I'm going to put the switch for it. And then over here, the battery should be under right here, so I'll run the wiring across. But I'm going to work on getting those out. I figured we probably would.
I think he got it for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Gotta take the gas cap off because it's so big. Alright, putting the motor back on. What you're gonna want to do, stick this washer on, you'll stick that on. It's got like teeth in there, and later on you might have to adjust it a little bit if need be. You'll want your, I guess, this piece notched out to the outside, I guess. And then crank her down. All right. Good enough for me for now. All right, now to figure out this wiring. So you have your two separate wires. You have your negative and positive that go to the battery, which it actually has a fuse spot on there too, so if you ever need to check your fuse. And that one will run directly to your switch, and then you have the other set that for your switch that have the plug end that'll plug into this plug right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in. There we go, that's plugged in. All right, and on this right here, you have like a little grooved, I guess, locker. And then you have your little slim nut, I guess you can call it. It's 9/16. This is gonna go underneath. I'm probably gonna drill a hole like right in here, kind of centered up with this. Put those in my pocket so I don't lose them. I'll drill a hole and put it through, and eventually once I get it connected, I'll test it and see which way opens and closes. And I may have to flip it. I might have to flip it to the other side so it goes, you know, like push it to the left side to open, push it to the right side to close. All right, I'm going to be using a 1/2 inch drill bit here. I could probably go just a little bit smaller, but I don't have one. The next size down is 5/16, and it's not going to be big enough. Probably put it right in here. Go ahead and use my WD-40 as my lubricant. That's what I got. Man, that is some pretty hard stuff right there. I feel like that's worse than the deck. There it is. I'm going to use a little bit of 120 grit sandpaper to kind of smooth that up a little bit. All right, I got it figured out which way I want it to go. I'm going to come under here. Fender. Get my wrench. Got that tight. Put down this locker. Also a trick that after some of the videos I've watched on doing this, make sure whenever you are going to hang your wiring to lower the deck as low as it can go. That way you don't want it up, so whenever, if you do have to lower your deck for any reason, it's not pulling too tight on your wiring. So let's figure this wiring out real quick. All right, and we got a pin and a Carter pin that goes through this arm into the plate. It doesn't go as flat as I was hoping. I guess I could have took it back a little bit, but I wanted it to be able to be flat there. Pretty nifty. That's pretty nifty. All right, and for this pin, of course I can't find anything right now. Take a screwdriver to kind of hold that in place. While I try to bend the Carter pin. Alright, I think I pretty much got it how I want it. This mower doesn't have a lot of good places to actually run the wiring without it being in the way of something. So, let me take my GoPro off. So I got that wire there from it, ran up under here, you probably can't see much, ran up there, and then I got it tied off up there, or zip tied up there. The line for the battery runs right under here, going across my gas tank, zip tied to one of the lines. And then I didn't show you, but I went ahead and obviously got it hooked up to my power. Ran by the gas tank here. It shouldn't really wear or hit much there. Got it all plugged in. Set the seat down. GoPro. Alright, and then we'll just say that I'm mowing. We got my switch right here, and I have it going to where going to the right. Oh, I guess it's because what if I turn my key on? No. Alright, I gotta have the arms out. Well, I don't know exactly what happened. Of course it done it to me, because I have that kind of luck. So I got it all rewired up. And then there's some other issues we ran into, but that works pretty good. And you can also just bump it and get the exact point that you prefer. It closes pretty flat. I mean, that's pretty good. The only thing is that arm sticks out just a little bit more. But coming up, I don't know. I mean, kind of hard to tell, I guess. It's not exactly straight, which could be this pulley protector or whatever, this pulley cover. But I'm not willing to try and cut a notch out of it just for it not to work, for it to pull it in more. But I mean, definitely, well, that might actually do it. Pull it anymore. I'm looking over here. Oh, I can't really see. There's a flat point right here, and then there's this bolt right here that slides up and down. You can adjust it and it slides up and down, and I'm thinking that's to like stop, like a stopping point for it to hit and keep from hitting the plate itself. So that may work doing that. See, I can't tell because I put my hand in there to block it and it squished it pretty good. So I don't know if that metal is strong enough that it is stopping it, or that's just pretty much all it's got. I feel like it definitely could go some more. Anyways, other than that, you can check out my seat right now. It is all taken apart. We didn't realize how rotten the bottom was, but we knew the back was pushing back quite a bit.